Welcome to the Your Life Rocks podcast, where we believe life balance is possible. Yes, even for you. This show is designed to help working moms focus on the things that matter most in life and helping you bring balance in all that life has for you with practical tips from one working mom to another. My name is Jenny Stemmerman, and I am so glad that you're here to hang out with me today. Today is a special episode because we are kicking off our 7-week challenge series. Now, this challenge has been designed to really help you create a life that rocks. So regardless of where you are in the systems of balance, whether you're a member of Life Balance membership or you are listening for the very first time, this challenge is for you. Every single week, I'm going to be bringing you a new topic, a new challenge within that topic, and a lot of really great support tools to go along the way. So this is going to be a fun time. And the reason why we're doing it right now is because it's summertime when I'm recording this. It is the end of June and going into July. I don't know. There's just something about summer that, yeah, even though I still have to work and all of the normal things happen, it just feels like a slower period of time. And it's a great time to, I find, to go deeper into personal development and just self-reflection and to really kind of just take a gauge of where my life is and where I want it to go and start to map out some changes that I might want to make come fall. And you know, the more I talk to more women, they kind of feel the same way about summertime. I don't know if it's because we tend to take more vacation time or we're with family more, and so it causes us to slow down and reflect and really think about the things that we really want out of life. And that's my prayer and my hope of what you're going to get out of this next 7 weeks. So let me talk to you a little bit on how this is going to work. Every week on the podcast will be a new topic. So if you haven't yet subscribed, make sure you do so you don't miss any of these episodes. Because what will happen when you hit subscribe is you'll be notified every week of when those new episodes are out, so you can listen to it and get caught up. Now, if you want to take it a step further, then I want to invite you to join the 7-week challenge through our website. Now, what will happen when you join that is not only every week will you have the podcast, but you'll also have an email reminder with some extra tips and a link to bonus content. Now, all of the bonus content is being housed in a free online course just for you for when you sign up for it. All you have to do is ask for access and I will give it to you. Now, the really cool thing about this challenge is you really could do it in 7 days if you really wanted to. But because it's summertime and it's kind of a slow down time, I thought, why not take a 7-day challenge and roll it out over 7 weeks? That way there's no stress or pressure to hurry up and get something done. You can really spend your time and go deep into all of the topics that we're talking about. Now, the cool thing with that is, say you have found this podcast, but we're like 3 weeks in and you want to catch up, you totally can. So the way it's going to work with the bonus content is that you can get access, say like on week 5, and you'll have access to all of the previous weeks all at once. Now, you just won't get week 6 and 7 until we get to week 6 and 7. So you could totally catch up. And if you're listening to this way off in the future, then you already have access to everything that you need. All you have to do is request access and you got it. All right. All the content from the podcast is already there, so you can just blaze through that. So you really can take this at your own pace. But I do hope that you go with us through this over the 7 weeks, because we're going to be taking it even deeper in our Facebook group, on the Facebook page that we have for Your Life Rocks. I'll be going live every single week with taking the topic a little bit deeper for you and asking you questions to see what you get out of it as well. So if you're wanting to go deeper, there are 4 ways that you can do that. 1, sign up so you get all of the bonus content. And you can do that by going to yourliferocks.com. Next, make sure you hit subscribe to the show so you don't miss any of those episodes. Third, follow us on Facebook. And 5th, follow us on Instagram. Because when you do that, you will have all of the extra bonus content you could possibly find. And I want to hear from you. I want to hear from you as we do these challenges when you do them. Because I want to celebrate you. Because I don't know about you, but I like being celebrated. When I work hard on something and someone notices and tells me good job, or if I'm struggling and I can ask questions, then that just makes it all the better for me. And I'm on this journey with you. Working mom to working mom, I got your back. I sometimes need encouragement, which I'm so grateful to have that community on Facebook that we have, that I can go in there and ask for prayer. And I love praying for other women who ask the same. So We are all a community together, and we're going to go through this 7-week program together. All right, you ready to kick it off? I'm so excited for this first challenge because you know what, between work and kids and your to-do list and demands and sleep, and then you have to get up and repeat it all day in and day out. You know, as a working mom, you are leading a very full life, and it's a busy life. And I know I don't have to tell you that because you feel it. I feel it. So I know you must feel it too. Sometimes the days are amazing and great, and other days I feel like I am just praying for Jesus. Jesus, help me through this day because I need you. And there are days that I know I cannot do it in my own strength. Now, on the show, we talk a lot about habits and routines because truly they are the key to making it all work. They are the success drivers in our life. If we want to have success, we got to have those habits. We have to have those routines. Otherwise, chaos ensues. Even with them, sometimes chaos ensues, but at least it's organized chaos, right? And you kind of can know what's next and what to do. It's like an air traffic controller. But if you've ever missed your weekly planning process, then you know. How crazy it can get. And sometimes I feel like sometimes I need to miss that in order to appreciate how much better life is when I go through those processes, if you know what I mean. Now, if you're currently living without any of those systems or habits in place, then you truly know that chaos can drown you. Like you really feel like you are drowning in life, right? But when you have those systems and habits in your life, life just gets a little bit easier. But sometimes when everything is so systemized, it can get a little boring. And actually, if I think about it, it can get boring either way. We can lose our spark. It like wears us out and we just become like these machines that are just feeding people and going to work and, you know, just doing doing what we know that we absolutely need to do. But the point is that when we're so focused on what needs to get done in life, we can lose the focus on actually enjoying it. Now, I've gone through seasons in my life where I'm like, Lord, I need joy. Where is the joy? I cannot find the joy. And today's episode to this week's challenge is all about getting your groove back, finding that joy, reigniting the spark you have for life. Because otherwise, you know what we do? So this is what happens, at least for me, like when life gets boring, right? When I know I need that prayer for joy, when I know I need that spark back, I can swing the pendulum really far the other way, which is not always healthy, right? So on the other side of that pendulum from like the boringness of life, I start planning vacations. I have lazy Saturdays of doing absolutely nothing, thinking it's going to restore me. And these are great and needed. I mean, I love vacations. But how are you going to fill your tank back up when it's a random Tuesday? When you feel like defeated and tired, we really need these things where we can get that spark back fast, where it's not just waiting for the weekend or waiting for the next vacation that we have coming up with our family. And summertime is a great reminder of that because I'm recording this right now on a Saturday, and it's been a phenomenal Saturday with my kids. We've had so much fun. And it really reminds me like how old they're getting and how fast it's going. And it makes me want to plan more and do more and do more and do more. But you know what? Like it just, the pendulum swings the other way and it gets very, very unhealthy. So we need to find those little things that we can do to get that spark, to get our groove back and have more joy in our life. Now, this challenge is inspired from something that I recently discovered, or I guess rediscovered. And it's been so powerful for me that I really had to include it in this challenge because I truly will say this. I have been able to fill my spirit and change my energy in 3 minutes and 56 seconds. It doesn't need to be a whole long vacation or a weekend. 3 minutes, 56 seconds, and now I'm good to go. Now, before I tell you what it is, there is something that we need to address first. Because good stuff can be simple. You see, as a busy mom, sometimes we blow right past easy wins that we could be grabbing. We don't intend to like ignore them or like not go for them, but we're moving so fast in life and we just do. And sometimes we feel like, well, if it's more complicated, then it's more valuable. But sometimes it's the simple things that can bring us the biggest value. Okay. So here is my story around this, and we'll use this as an example. So I'm part of a group that I joined to help me have accountability as I'm bringing my life balance app into this world, because you guys, between having my job and the kids and helping my husband with his business, sometimes doing this podcast and getting everything ready for the app, it's a lot. And it's easy for me to put it off, but I truly feel like it's what God has called me to do. And so I know I need to keep moving it forward. So I joined this business group, and they have challenges to keep you moving forward, and it's just awesome. It's exactly what I needed. So the main coach of the group, she starts to talk about self-care. And I'm like, hello? I'm here to learn about like marketing and here for accountability to put things in place. And truly, I have an issue with self-care. And this is probably not a very popular opinion. Maybe some of you share it with me. I don't know. But it's not because I don't think that self-care is important, because I totally do. I definitely think self-care is a critical thing that we all need to be doing. But I have an issue with self-care because in our current culture, it has taken it, I think, to a little bit of an unhealthy place. I mean, self-care has kind of turned into self-worshiping sometimes when I hear people talk about it. And it's just a justification to spend a lot of money and a lot of time on ourselves. But why is self-care important? Well, it's important because it restores us. It helps us fill our tanks back up so we can keep doing what God has called us to do. It keeps us going. Now, I'm always searching for more simple things that can do this for me in a more efficient way. It might be a walk, or it might be listening to some videos or talking to a friend. Because here's the thing, and this is why I have an issue with self-care, because sometimes self-care can fill up my tank, but it can deplete the tank of my husband or my kids. And that's not really something I want to do. I mean, what's the point in me filling myself up just to take from somebody else? I don't think that that's really the way that it's supposed to work. But sometimes in today's culture, that's the way we're kind of taught. Like, we deserve it. We all deserve it. We all need it for sure, but not at the expense of our overall goals or our relationships. And this is why, for me, planning and sticking to my habits, that's my self-care. When I do my weekly prep, that's my self-care. When I do my morning routine, that's my self-care. When I spend time with God, self-care. Choosing to eat healthy, self-care. But sometimes I'm just still missing something. Even though I have these habits of self-care in my life, I needed something that would be like that fast spike of energy, that joy, that spirit-filled of inspiration in my life. And so along came this challenge. Now, if you listened a few weeks ago, I shared that God is currently working in me with submission. And that is not something that's fun, but it's something I'm walking through right now with him. Thank goodness he's with me. But I'm really trying to let go of the pride that I know like what the best way is. You know, like I know better because of my own thoughts or opinions. And not that I am better, but I know better. I know it works better for me, and not trusting other people. So I'm working on this, that if I am wanting to follow someone, I need to submit to that and follow them, as long, of course, it doesn't go against God's will for me or what, that kind of thing. But I just need to learn to trust other people and to follow them and to submit to processes that are not my own. So with that in mind, I did the self-care challenge in this group, even though I didn't want to. I wanted to just skim on past it and get into other things. But I decided, you know what, Jenny, if this is what they're putting before you, then you need to walk through it. And wouldn't it be funny enough? It's exactly what I needed. It was exactly what I was searching for, and I didn't even know that I was searching for it. I don't know if that's ever happened to you, where you found something and you're like, where has this been my whole life, and why have I not missed it? And now that it's here, I just so need it. And the challenge was so simple. Okay, this is what it is. Find a theme song that lifts you up and speaks to your soul for the season you are in right now. So simple, right? It was so effective and life-giving. I can't even tell you, when I had gone through this process, how I felt like the Lord was just whispering to me through this. It brought me to tears. I'm not even ashamed to say it. I was crying and getting goosebumps. And if you've heard me talk before, I have a friend, Amber, and we vox all the time. And I'm voxing her, crying and being like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. This is what just happened to me. And she was probably like, okay. You know how when you have those interactions with God and other people just don't get it? It was that. She's like, you're just listening to a song, right? I'm like, yeah. And she's like, okay, I'm really happy for you. But I could tell she just didn't get what was going on inside of me. But I want to give you the opportunity to experience the same thing. And it might not be the same outcome, but I do know that there is power in doing this. So this is this week's challenge. You have to find your song that gives you your groove back and go through the process to make it a part of you. All right, so this is the process that you're going to go through. Are you ready? And again, if you have opted in for all of the bonuses, this will all be in there for you. You can fill it out, walk through the steps, make it super simple. Number 1, decide that you will do this challenge. That is the first thing. I know it's easy just to be like, oh, it's a song. It's not that big of a deal. I can skim past this or put it off. No, don't do that. It's not that hard. And because it's so simple, you might just blaze right past it, but don't. Trust me. Once you do it, you will thank me. You will thank yourself for taking the time to do it. Number 2, pray that God will speak to you through song. Pray that he will bring that right song to you, just like he did for me. Number 3, you might already have a song in mind. And if you do, look it up on YouTube, watch the video, and decide if it's still the right song for you. Because sometimes having that visual really takes it to a whole nother level, right? And if it is the right song for you, then proceed through this checklist. And if not, or if you don't know what song you should choose, here's a little process for you. Open up a music app that you have. I prefer Spotify, but you might have Apple Music or Google Music or Pandora, or just even stay on YouTube. Like whatever works for you, whatever music streaming service you prefer, go there. Again, I prefer Spotify. And then search the playlist for what you need. So this is why I love Spotify, is that you can put in like emotions or genres or emotions and genres of what it is that you're doing. I mean, you can even put in activities. Like you can type in workout and it'll give you a ton of stuff, or dinner music, or cleaning the house, or whatever. And I think a lot of the other music providers do the same thing. But just kind of think about the season of life you're in and type it in and just see what comes up. Okay? And here's an example of kind of how this works and kind of what I mean. So for me, I needed energy, and I actually had an idea of what the song was when I picked it. I knew it was by Toby Mac, but I didn't know what the song was. But I just knew that when I would work out, that there was a song that would come up from the Christian workout playlist I listened to on Spotify that made me push harder, made me get my second wind, and just like go for it. And I'm currently in a very busy season of life, and I need that jolt every day, workout or not. Like I need it 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I need it at 3 a.m. in the morning. And yes, I said 3 a.m. because it's been an early season for me right now with trying to do everything that God is calling me to do. And I know it's just a season, and that's why I need this energy spike, right? And I thought the song was by Toby Mac, but I wasn't sure. So I went into YouTube and I searched. And luckily, it was the first song that came up. And I just knew that that song was it. I was, like I said, flooded with emotion from the Spirit. I knew it was from God. I so knew it. I mean, like I almost was like, well, maybe I should go to this. No, I couldn't go to another song. I could not go to another song. God had this song for me. So for you, it might be like healing or encouragement, or maybe for you, you do want something more upbeat. Like put that in there. Maybe, you're looking for something that's more relational, marriage focused, or parent focused. I mean, there's so many songs out there that we have never heard. And there's so many songs out there that we have heard that we love. So I'm sure that whatever it is that you need, you will find a song that fits your needs. But search those playlists and see what you find. Now, when you find some songs that kind of catches your attention, then that's when I would recommend you put that song into YouTube and watch the music video. And again, it'll help you kind of solidify, is this the song for me? Or you might hear it and might be just like God's way of saying, this is it. And you'll know right away. Don't pass go. Like that's your song, right? And you can even do this like while you're driving, or while you're working out, or while you're working. Just have the music kind of playing in the background, and then just note what song like really captures your attention. All right, so once you have your song, okay, save it, download it, and get ready to listen to it every day for the next little bit of time. So I'm going to be doing mine probably all summer. I also picked a song that's kind of summer E. So it feels like it's my season song. It's the song of my summer season. Now, the next thing you want to do is you want to look up the lyrics and print them out, because reading the words will activate a different part of your brain. And it might take you a little bit deeper into the song, or God might use those lyrics to speak to you in another way. And here's another thing you can do is when you're looking at the lyrics, look at what verse or words really, really speak to you, like those really powerful ones, and write it on a sticky note or make it your wallpaper on your phone or your computer, but let that be a reminder of what the song represents to you and what you get from it. Now, I know, you guys, this is such a simple exercise, picking a theme song. I mean, normally when we are talking about some much bigger, deeper things, that this might seem a little bit trivial, but I promise you, it is so good. It is so, so good for your soul. And I truly, truly hope that you do this challenge. It does take some time to find it, but I promise once you do, you'll be so glad that you did. For those of you that have signed up for the bonuses for this challenge, I will have playlist suggestions for you in the course that I'm putting together for you, and you can find a link to everything in your email. If you are a member of Life Balance Membership, then there's an icon on your home screen that will take you to the bonus content, so you don't even have to sign up for anything. If you're already on the email list for something else, maybe you've signed up for our weekly success planning course before, or won something before. I don't even know what you might have signed up for in the past. But if I already have sent you emails, then I'm just going to send you this challenge. And if you don't want it, you can just reply and be like, I'm good. I don't need to be on the challenge. I don't need to be doing the challenge right now. And that's totally fine. Then I'll not send you anymore. But if you're already on the list, I'm just going to save you a step and just send it to you. So that way you have it. So in addition to the recommendations, we'll have a full activity with tips to help you be successful with this week's challenge. Now, I would love to hear the song that you have picked. So share it in our Facebook group or share it on Instagram. If you're not yet a member of the group, head on over to yourliferocks.com and click on the community tab, and you can search for us on Facebook. On Instagram, you can either share it in your story or in your regular just Instagram post. You can share a screenshot of the show. You can mention your song name or an image that represents your song. Either way, use hashtag create a life that rocks. Okay, so it's a hashtag. I'm going to be searching for those. And when you do that, I might just feature you on the show, because I am so excited to hear about the songs that you have chosen. Okay, so I shared this whole process with you that I went through. I shared my experience, and I've asked you to share your song with me, but I just realized I did not share my song with you. My song is Toby Mac's I Just Need You. You know, often I find myself saying, I need, and you can insert any number of things. I need more hours in my day. I need more coffee. I need a hug from my husband. I need something to ease up at work. Nope, I just need Jesus. That's kind of what he spoke to me when I found this song. And again, I had been listening to the song when I was working out, but when I looked it up on YouTube with intention of finding my theme song, it just hit me like a ton of bricks that I've been focusing on all these other things that I need when all I need is him. He can solve all my other issues, not because he takes them away, but because he strengthens me. He changes my perspective. He lightens the load that I am carrying in ways that I cannot even explain. So yeah, and it does help that the music, that song, does make me want to dance, but the words of the song make me want to praise. And it has helped me find my groove again. It's giving me so much life in my spirit, and it's the best self-care I can do. And it takes less than 4 minutes, 3 minutes, 56 seconds. That's how long this song is. Now, of course, you can sign up for all of the goodies if you're not on my email list by going to yourliferocks.com. And again, hit subscribe so you don't miss any of these challenges over the next 7 weeks. I'm really excited to continue this with you and to hear from you and what you're getting out of it. So until next week, keep building a life that rocks. Bye.